Assalamualaikum to my panel, Dr. Yusri and Dr. Mufti. My name is Amirul Naim ZAHARI. Today, I would like to present my Bachelor Degree Project 1. Under supervised by Dr. Nasul, my title given for Bachelor Degree Project is Comparison Writing Assessment at Self-Service Laundry. Without wasting time, I will start with Chapter 1. That's the introduction. For background of study, according to Gensland and Hoffman in 1992, natural light was the first source of energy that had a significant impact on the comfort of certain room or location. And natural lighting changed the color temperature, which may entirely change the appearance of an object. Good lighting, whether natural or artificial, is essential to supporting workplace safety and health. It improves employees' ability to detect risk and can decrease the chance of visual fatigue and discomfort. To guarantee that the workplace has good lighting, the lighting system must be appropriately planned and implemented to offer a safe and comfortable visual working environment. A self-service laundry is a facility where clothes are washed and dried without much personalized professional help. Depending on the activity, the recommend light, the recommend lighting for workplace range from 200 lux until 750 lux. In general, fast and accurate detection and evaluation of workplace danger have a significant impact on safety behavior. The faster and easier a risk can be detected or fought, the easier it is to avoid. The nature of the hazard at work does determine the type of lighting required for safety. Next, for the problem statement, normal healthy eyes cannot be trained by overuse. Poor lighting that makes the visual system work harder may lead to eye discomfort or eye strain. Light in large concentration can potentially cause tissue damage or vision impairment. Visual fatigue refers to all the symptoms that occur because of excessive stress of any of the eye's function. The symptoms of visual fatigue vary depending on the lighting and the activity. The symptoms are like to appear anytime the visual system is low to act at the limit of its capabilities for an extended period. Getting closer to the activity or viewing it from a different angle, for example, might result in odd posture that contribute to other types of strains such as bed edge. Next, the first objective of study is to investigate the risk and potential hazard from lighting effect at self-service laundry. Second, to compare a lighting assessment at self-service laundry using luminance measuring instrument. And lastly, to suggest workplace improvement at self-service laundry based on lighting assessment results. Next, the first scope of study is this study will be focused on light assessment at self-service laundry. Second, the sample of this research is about 10 to 15 self-service laundry at Batu Pahat. And lastly, illuminance measuring instrument will be used to analyze the suitable light insensitivity. The significance of this research is to analyze the suitable light sensitivity at self-service laundry around Batu Pahat by using the illuminance measuring instrument. Besides that, this research can compare the sensitivity of each risk assessment and determine their advantages. After the risk assessment conduct on the subject, the risk and factor of lighting assessment that affect the activity can be identified. By comparing the lighting at self-service laundry, the pros and cons of lighting can be identified. We will continue with the chapter 2. That's its literature review. From the literature findings for lighting, the research had pointed out that The quantity of light distribution was one of the procedures in the lamp installation. It helps in determining the quantity of light that shines in a specific area. The amount of light required in the area must be determined based on the areas. Next is about my research area. That it self-service laundry for indoor lighting. The requirement mostly depending on the function of the area and working conditions such as office or school. For the self-service laundry, the place that people washing and drying clothes, the lighting level recommended is 300 until 750 lux. Lastly, from the safety and health view, a lack or light or illuminance will create an issue for the user. It will influence the user performance and may also cause disease such as eye strain, which will cause physical stress for the user. Lastly, I will continue with chapter 3. That's its methodology. This research is split into two parts. Phase 1 is the first phase, while Phase 2 is the second. Phase 1 will look through the research topic to fulfill the study title and objective. Following determination of the topic title and objective, the following stage is to identify and choose the research sample size. The sample size must be determined to keep the scope of the study under control. This is because it can reduce the amount of uncertainty in the research. After then, the research work area will be chosen. To gather more data, it is advised that each workplace include at least 10 work areas. Before doing the study, the first step in phase 2 is to obtain authorization from the Faculty of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering and the workplace. This is because doing so can let the owner of laundry to understand the aim of the research. The test will perform using a light measurement device that is lux meter and other equipment such as camera, measurement tape, and tripod. This test is conducted in order to measure the value of illuminance that is suitable in the self-service laundry. For the data collection process would be executed to measure the illuminance level of each self-service laundry. Before measure the illuminance conduct, the permission to do the research will be applied. Firstly, I will measure the size of laundry to calculate the lighting. Next, the size of laundry will divide into several points to form a grid before starting the illuminance testing. Third, the reading of illuminance will take at each of point using the lux meter. Lastly, the data will be recorded in the table of data. The process will be repeated at the 10 to 15 self-service laundry. From this data analysis process, we can see after all the data has been collected, the average score data from each self-service laundry will be compared. At the end of the research, I will have successfully reviewed study about the lighting assessment at self-service laundry by using the illuminance measuring instrument. I would have gained a knowledge of how to identify the risk and potential hazard from the lighting effect. With the outcome of the illuminance data, which will be obtained from the research, it will be used to conduct future studies. Lastly, I will be able to compare the lighting assessment at self-service laundry in Batu Pahat. That's all from me. Last but not least, thank you to the panel for giving your time for my bachelor degree project presentation.